Hello and welcome to another CanIndian Channel Feature. Today I'm going to be doing a review of Stephen Kotler and Jamie Wheal's hit book Stealing Fire, How Silicon Valley, the Navy SEALs, and Maverick scientists are revolutionizing the way we live and work. I do a weekly video on personal and self-development category, although in my opinion, this book is far from the self-help personal development category. My non-biased opinion is that there's very little to take away from this book. We live in a world where marketing a product is a very important aspect of a sale. I feel this book has been marketed extremely well to fixate your attention in buying this book. There are tons of other videos on YouTube or other social media platforms praising this book. My opinion differs from the vast majority, largely on some section of the book that may be misleading. I'm extremely conscious about the material I put out, and I try my hardest to articulate everything in a positive manner. However, during the book review, it's prudent that I point out the flaws if there may be any. Diving onto the book review and encapsulating a review by some of the articles such as Simone Wency and Noah Bertletsky, the book may be decently interesting for people new to the altered state of consciousness or flow states, but for people like me who have been interested in altered states of consciousness, biofeedback moment, and other tools or practices to better oneself, the book felt quite short on my expectation. But it convinced me to go forward with my reading, so I'm not complaining too much. Thumbs up to the authors for including a quick notes section at the end of the book, in which they give additional details on some of the controversial aspect of the research on state of consciousness. This section points out the experiment practices fancied by the elites will likely trickle down and reach the poor masses, or that maybe Navy SEALs are slightly exaggerating their claims. At the same time, if the reliability of fMRI studies stated in the book should be questioned, I feel at least 1/3 of the book should be deleted. The book stated that some people posing like Wonder Woman increase the ability of toughness. Then, the authors don't discuss other questionable research on the power pose, which was bogus also on common sense grounds, or other research on priming effects, which have largely failed to be replicated. According to the book about an ancient myth, Prometheus risked eternal torment to bring mankind a gift that would unlock the secrets of civilization. Prometheus knew human beings would attain synergy, seize opportunity, and climb from the slimy muck to the heights of transcendent self-actualization. Okay, so the Prometheus myth did not go quite like that, but you might think it does after reading this book. The book uses Prometheus as a metaphor. Much like the Titan of old, as per the book, the authors are here to bring mankind's secret knowledge. Things get exciting, they gush. Insights pile up, they say. Spiritual transcendence will be delivered to you in the blandly crass language of mediocre marketing copy. The book is cleverly crafted to science and technology buzzwords that can help us achieve success. Grit, flow, tipping point. These all serve to suggest that human achievement is an algorithm that anyone can solve. The big idea in Stealing Fire is ecstasis, an elevated mental state of flow and transcendence. The book states that you can achieve ecstasis by taking controlled substances, participating in extreme sports, or attending raves. It also helps to be very, very rich. The authors casually mention that many billionaires in Silicon Valley take psychedelics to help themselves solve complex problems. The authors casually mention that many billionaires in Silicon Valley take psychedelics to help themselves solve complex problems. Most psychedelics are controlled substances which are mind-altering, also commonly known as drugs. If you're not a billionaire, you may be arrested for using them. But it's a nice shortcut to spirituality if you got the right connection. The tech guru is portrayed as an almost eugenic Superman, an advanced visionary dipped in the validating fire of ecstasis. It's no surprise that the self-tech writers worship those in power. It's the logic of the genre. If success is a predictable algorithm, hackable through skill and knowledge, then it follows that those who are most successful and are most skillful in knowledge. Stealing Fire, for its part, opens with a breathless account of ecstasis attained by Navy SEALs on anti-terrorist raids. The book calculates that it costs $500,000 to train each SEAL and argues that this massive amount About 7 times the median US household income is money well spent. The book might as well be an advertisement for US Special Forces. The one chapter that I really enjoyed reading in this book was about Burning Man. Burning Man is an annual gathering that takes place at Black Rock City, a temporary city erected in the Black Rock Desert in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a week-long event, although the organizers and volunteers refer to this as a city rather than an event. You need to pay to get in, but everything else inside there is free. No exchange of money or corporate sponsorship exists. There are giant luminance or lit up artsy objects around you to intensify your experience and creativity. You live in tents. Food, water, and other necessities are provided by the community on exchange of barter system. Top entrepreneurs like Tesla founder Elon Musk, Google's Sergey Brin and Eric Schmidt, artists such as Paris Hilton, Katy Perry attended the event. Everyone, including the celebrities, are treated equally at the event, and people are greeted by one of the 10 principles stated at the event. On the last day, an effigy of a man is burned, hence called the Burning Man. I will be doing another video specific to Burning Man, explaining the details on the worldwide phenomenon. I would love to be a part of this event someday and hope that other countries like India, Singapore, Philippines, Australia have their own Burning Man someday. As per the book, self-tech is self-help for the transhuman who already walk the earth, or for those who would like to imagine that they are those transhuman. People with wealth and power can use the latest drugs, psychological insights, and technology to make themselves into super soldiers and billionaires, gambling from Burning Man to cliff diving while acing their SATs in an orgy of enlightenment meritocracy. Meanwhile, everybody else can sink in quietly and anonymously into gritless, flawless irrelevance. What is evident after reading dozens of these books is that when writing or discussing science, there are no substitute for many years of formal study, statistical and quantitative knowledge, and a healthy dose of common sense, which is disappearing from the world faster than good manners. The now popular broad edgy, sometimes global thinkers typically know very little of values across many subjects, but apparently the world is more interested in inspiration than in observation that make a little bit of sense. For instance, the author wrote, given that the percentage gains in performance from excesses range from 200 to 500%, what are we talking about when we talk about performance? Throwing percentage out like darts in a pub may impress the casual reader and help sell diet books when the bikini season is looming, but for the educated reader, they might cringe a bit. A very interesting topic, but it's very poorly treated in this book. Again, I tried my best to spin this up as positively as possible. To recap on this video, and the important takeaway for my viewers would be that don't believe everything that's out in the media, books or internet nowadays. The author of this book have made millions cleverly marketing it, which in my opinion cannot stand the test of science. The authors have provided their application and version of hypothesis to this book. I know I'm going to face a lot of negative feedback, as I probably would be the very few criticizing this book and the analogy provided by authors Jamie and Steven. Thank you for watching this video. This is CanIndian Motivation signing off. Please feel free to watch my other videos on personal development category. Peace.